Ooh, that looks tasty.
The FBI hacker, and the ace detective Flash with his drone Timmy, TMI.
And Brendan with the, I believe this is the first time in a public game we'll see
That's Bernie.
Bernie. First time. Look, folks, I'm all hopped up on donut here. All right, I'm dropping frosting all over this lovely table. I'm going to go with Brendan Jr. here, playing for the first time in a public game, the Red Dragons. Mm-hmm. So, who do you have on your side from the community vote?
All right, from the community vote, we'll have sculpted minis soon. But Lady Rose, who is the commander of the Red Dragons. We have Little Jenny, or Lil Jenny, however you want to call her. She's the trusty bodyguard. Faye, she's the super messenger, sneaky with kind of a stealth suit. And the only guy in the faction, Rhino, who is a super tank, and he thinks very highly of himself.
Mm-hmm. And so what's the story behind this canon game that we have?
All right, the story behind this is if you follow our stories posted every Tuesday, you will remember the Red Dragons meeting. Well, actually, go look at Faye's story. Her adventure was to steal this FMX3 DNA drive that they wanted because it could convert into a weapon. But little do they know, there's actually important information on that drive that was encrypted. And later they realized that was the case. In the Red Dragon story, you see that Lady Rose is telling everyone, oh, go hide this, go do that. And one of the things was for Faye to hide the drive somewhere safe. Well, here's the bank, First National Bank, that's where she hid it. And now they realize, or Nikki, Hex, who's not being played today, but she's the hacker, she realized that there's important data on there about the Sims, and they need to go retrieve it. Obviously, from the outside, people, the Peacemakers heard word of this, and they're like, well, they're probably just there to, as William says, withdraw some money from the Sims who don't need the money anymore. Mm-hmm. So they're just there to kind of stop this gang from doing that out of the...
So I'm hearing they're there to ruin everything.
Yep.
Pretty much.
So they're ruining regular citizens trying to get their money from the bank.
So my strategy, I have to deploy within this zone here for this scenario. Now, one of these vaults has the data drive that Bernie's looking for. I don't know which one. I just think they're here stealing money. So if he manages to get in contact with the right vault and flip it over, he gets 2 points. The others are worth 1 because they are going to take some money. Why not? So my goal is basically to try to see which one he thinks is the highest priority and block him from getting that. I have Lance, which is good. Thank you, community, for voting him in. He's my fast guy, so if things go wrong, I will rely on him to chase down the fast lady. Because she is hidden, she can't be hit with ranged from very far away, so I'm going to need to be able to keep up with her. This guy will be on clearing Sims duty, of course, with his shotgun, so I can use that template to knock out a bunch of Sims and clear the path for my other characters. Pai's on also protection duty. She can throw up firewall and she can manipulate Sims and get them out of our area and try to interfere with him. And Flash is going to be my secret kind of damage dealer in this. You know, he's understated, but he can kind of continually fire at different targets, and his attack improves during the round. So he's going to be my main, probably, weapon when I need to put somebody down. So that's it.
So I'm going to choose one of them and then try to fake him out so that he doesn't guard around it, and hopefully just charge in with Faye, who's the super fast one, and come in with kind of the tanks with Lady Rose in the behind, trying to control things. I'm going to try to outkill him because they're not as good in melee as they are at range. So I need to close in as fast as possible, even though they're a little slow. For this scenario, I get to decide who goes first. I generally want to deploy second, so I'm going to have Brendan go first so I can kind of see where they're deploying, and he won't know which of the 3. Actually, I should choose which 3.
Oh, indeed.
So let's call this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Right. So that means that I get to get an extra forage card for my character. Well, I need my fast guy. have access to the center. Let's see here. Buck. So I'll put Flash over here. So I'm going to kind of put weapons. These are my strongest shooters. So I'm going to put them on the wings so that they can kind of either go to one point or another or to the middle if they are needed, kind of based on how he ends up deploying here. And I'll just throw Buck in the middle here. He's super slow, so that's going to be my deployment right there.
Again, based on my strategy, I'm going to make it hard for him to figure out where I'm going. So, I think deployment zone for this one is Little Jenny, Faye, Rhino, and Lady Rose in the middle being protected. Round 1, fight.
Alright, well, these walls are really bad for me.
Oh, yeah, we should say. These are actual walls.
Yep. So these cannot be shot through, or stepped over, or stepped on in any way. So these basically are great protective barriers for him. I would probably benefit from getting characters up a little further so that I can kind of come out of this area and actually use my weapons.
Did you explain that these are former bank customers and bank employees?
Indeed, yeah.
Sitting on the benches outside in the lobby next to the vault, and then they're now Sims.
Yep.
See, that's why you should only do online banking.
Yeah, don't go to the bank.
Yep. Or just put cash in your mattress.
I would be checking Bernie's mattress. Yeah.
Don't tell them my secret.
Let's see here. So, what should I do? Well, I'd like to get some Sims out of my way. So I think I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I kind of want to stay away.
Yeah, I was like,
And who are you moving there?
This is Flash.
With your little drone, Timmy.
Exactly. But right now he's going to pull out his revolver and make a couple shots.
So we're shooting here at this guy?
Yep. We're going to clear the middle, give Lance a little bit of a runway. Exactly. So his attack is 4. Peacemakers always get +1 on ranged attacks. So I'm going to roll 5 dice. And here we go. 3s or better in order to succeed against their decks.
For those of you that don't remember, you can go ahead and roll. Each success is not a hit. It gives you basically a coin to take into the market to see how much damage you're able to do.
Exactly.
And so it looks like you got 3 hits there.
I did get 3 hits. That's not enough for me to do damage. I actually need 5 hits in order to knock one of these guys out because they take 3 damage or nothing. They ignore all damage below 3. But once you hit them with 3, they're knocked out. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to take luck. So I'm going to trade this 6 in for a luck. This is our system where we can kind of manipulate our dice. On a 1-to-1 basis, we can change the value of dice up from, for instance, in this case, 4 to 5 if I needed it. But right now, I'm just going to collect it so that I can have some powerful.
How do you collect it?
Right now, my luck is I have a luck stat on this character, which is 5. Most characters in the game are 5 plus. So what that means is that any die that I don't spend on a action result or a damage that's equal or greater than my luck, I can exchange for a luck token. So I've just earned myself 1 with a kind of bad shot. So that cost me 1 AP. I'm going to spend another one right now, make another shot. Now, every time he shoots, he has an ability called machine learning. So he adds a die every time he shoots during his activation. So now I'm shooting 6 dice. So I'll shoot number 2 again.
Oh my.
Now that's a much better
That's
roll.
a good roll.
So I'm going to go ahead and just take those 5, which I can translate on my range damage track. I can spend 5 for 3 damage. That's enough to knock this one out. Boom.
Grab one of your cards here real quick.
Yeah, help yourself.
All right, so for, again, people who don't remember, he took those 5 successes that he had, and he took it over here, and he picked the attack. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong character right now. But he looked on...
Oh, no, it's the ranged 5 hits for 3 damage. It's on that second damage.
Oh, I see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so he had to have 5 hits here, and that gave him 3 damage, which was able to kill
For that one.
the sim there.
Yep. And now I get to roll 7 dice if I shoot again, so I'm going to go ahead and knock that one out, too.
And why'd you get the extra dice now?
Because of machine learning. So
Oh, okay.
every consecutive shot gets an additional die as long as it's during his activation.
So that's Timmy pretty much telling him, hey,
Exactly. So he
you can
kind
be
of...
more and more accurate.
Yeah. Timmy's dialing in his targeting computer that's in his head. Everyone's got cybernetics, by the way. Alright, so 7 dice on this shot. And I'm looking for 5 to just knock that one out.
Just you
Yeah.
need to spend a luck, maybe.
I probably should spend a luck on this. Yeah. Although, you know what? I'm actually going to keep banking luck. So I'm going to do nothing. with
You're
this.
totally okay to do nothing. You could just make attacks to try to store more luck. Oftentimes that's a good strategy in the first round because you'll need it later.
Yep. So yeah, I'll make one more attack. This will be my 8th die.
Oh my god.
And this one should get me 1. So
Yeah.
that's a miss. That's a miss.
Oh,
So
you actually got a luck out of it.
Oops. Yeah. So I actually get to keep the 5 as a luck and spend these on the damage. 3 damage that means. So that's
So
good.
again, he got 5 successes, and he cast those in the market for 3 damage.
Exactly.
And another luck. Did you get
Of course, all this awesome offense has a price, and that price is noise. So each one of those shots generates 3 EM noise. So basically, as characters kind of utilize tools in cybernetics and implants that they have and what have you, it generates electromagnetic noise. And Sims are hypersensitive to that noise and attracted to it. So
Note that this is not the noise from his revolver.
Yes.
It's actually pretty much Timmy dialing in that targeting system.
Yeah.
It's when you're punching, your cybernetics making you stronger, things like that. So we could throw like a bomb and the Sims will probably ignore us.
Exactly. So each of those shots generated 3 EM noise, and
Oh boy.
that means that I created 12 EM noise. And that means, further, that all Sims within 12 hexes, 12, are alerted to his presence and activity.
11, 12.
That's the whole.
Yeah, that's
Every sim on the map.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh, really?
But that one.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Damn it!
Almost every sim on
Almost
the map
everyone.
So this
is
guy doesn't
going
move.
to be making a move closer to good old Timmy there
Yep.
when the time comes. All right, so what do we have next?
The time comes when Flash finishes his activation.
It's done.
The cool thing about this game, if you watch any of our previous gameplay videos, is that the opponent gets to control all the Sims that activate. So that 12 was to see which ones activate, and now I get to decide. Obviously,
And
there-
welcome to Mike and Alexander, who just joined us.
Nice. What's up?
Hey Alex, hey Mike. Yeah, so they're a little far right now, and Sims only move 2 each activation, but I'm going to start making my way there. 1, 2. The only requirement is that the Sims must end closer. It's a little hard to show when they're this far away, but like I can't go away from Flash. I can't go the same distance from Flash. I just have to kind of end somewhere closer to him. I don't have to move the full 2 hexes either. So once it gets a little more crowded with Sims, oh, this one does not move. It just sits here and goes, where's my money?
Yeah.
And in true criminal fashion, Bernie is already cheating.
It's not cheating. It's being efficient and effective.
He gets
Yes, and in plain English, that's called cheating. All right, so who is next?
All right. Now it goes to the Red Dragons. So, one cool thing, and this is going to be a little harder since we are currently still tweaking the rules a lot, so we haven't made it into the really nice ones over there. I'll just quickly summarize. Jeff, or Rhino, is kind of a movement shenanigans piece as well as a tank. His movement shenanigan part is called his charming personality. Pretty much anywhere within an aura of 3 hexes of him, all friendly models when they activate, they get to immediately sidestep 2 steps away from him. There's like, hey, creep, get away. So.
So this one's based on you.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, look at how charming he is. So that's why he's standing here, and all the ladies are kind of in a way that they could just go forward. So I will activate probably Jenny first, Lil Jenny. So she first goes, oh creep, go away. Boop, boop. So that's right at the beginning of her activation, she has to do that. She is kind of slow, so I need to get her forward as quickly as possible. She probably won't do much this round. So she'll probably just walk up to 3 more to go here. She does have a gun, but she does not have a 3 damage on that gun, so she would have to shoot twice to stun it. Yeah, which would be really hard. One thing I could potentially show everyone is I'll make a shot anyways at this one. It's range up to 6. Spend an action point. Oh, we have 8 actions to spend for the team, and each character can only spend 4 max. So I'm gonna do this attack. She rolls 5 dice. The reason I'm doing this is the Red Dragons have a special team ability, which is anytime they roll a 6, and I guess this is one of the FAQs we might have to figure out, and use it for damage, they tag it. Whether we can damage it if we don't get to 3 damage, we'll have to figure it out. That's why the Red Dragons are still in progress. So let's just assume if I roll a 6, I could tag it for now. And I roll terribly. So nothing happens. I guess I could sidestep 1. I just need to spend 2 to sidestep 1. Lady Rose has all friendly characters within 3 too far. Okay. Alright, so she's just gonna sidestep onto cover. So this way, if they try to shoot her, she has some cover advantage, which is they lose 1 dice.
And did you make any noise for that?
Yes, but we do noise at the end. I guess that is all I want to do. I don't want to spend any more to do that because it was not effective. Alright, how much noise? So this is another reason why it's not just regular noise. Her shot only generated 2 EM noise because her implants are not kind of military grade, super powerful like the Peacemakers are. So that's kind of how we differentiate each person's EM noise generation. So that shot caused 2. There's no one within 2 of her. So I am done.
Alright.
And no Sims activate.
Okay.
Let's get the horse!
Not yet. The horse is last.
Yes.
Because he has to gallop forth. He's not, he's kind of a...
Horse is pooping.
Horse is pooping right now, yeah. Let's see here. Well, I'm going to move Pi up. Well, first she's going to do her... she has an ability called Caffeinated, which is a passive ability. It's at the bottom there. It allows her to use one of her 1 AP actions, her active abilities, for free. So she should always use that if she can. And she's going to use it to do Infiltrate on this one. So this is a range 5 hacking attack, basically. She can mind control this Sims to activate twice in a row. In order to activate, a Sims has to have a target. So I'd love to just walk it off in that direction. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to move him towards one of his characters. So I'm going to do 2 activations with this Sim. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 2 moves per activation. Normally I'd get to attack as well, but obviously he's out of it. So no dice there. Let's see here. And now 1, 2, 3, 4. Not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So as he's moving, folks, for those of you who have just joined us, these terminals here, the Red Dragons are going for one of them. There's something in there, and the Peacemakers are trying to stop them from what they think is ostensibly stealing these poor, innocent people's high school diplomas and their
Life
family
savings.
jewelry
Yep.
and all of that.
Yeah.
And the reality is the Red Dragons are just looking for stuff so they can be more criminal-like.
Indeed.
Yes.
And welcome to Nick, who just joined us.
Hey,
Welcome, Nick.
So now she's going to spend an action point to make a shot at this one. So she again has an attack of 4, and then she gets the Peacemaker advantage of +1 on ranged attacks. So here goes.
And what number are we looking for?
3s or higher,
or
always.
All right, so it looks like we got a 4, a 6, and 3 2s. So that's 2 successes that he can use in his bank.
What I want is 3 successes because I want to pop Firewall, which means I'm going to spend a luck on one of these 2s to crank it up to a 3, giving me 3 successes I need in order to trigger her ability Firewall. This
What
is
is Firewall?
indeed. This is a defensive ability that basically creates a sort of bubble, a shielded bubble around her that Sims cannot enter. Meaning, for example, if this one is here, it can't get here, even if it has to activate and try to move closer. It's just stuck. So it's just a way for her to kind of protect her teammates here.
So you put a coward token out.
A coward token.
If you're wondering, that's this
Indeed,
thing in
that's
the
the-
art.
Yep.
Firewall.
Firewall. So that's a luck spent. But she has a beautiful forge card.
Oh no.
Lucky Penny.
A lucky penny.
So I'm going to cash that in for 3 lucks right now. I probably wouldn't have spent my luck if I didn't have
And that
this.
gets discarded.
Yep.
So that's that. See her. She's.
Oh.
Oops.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The vault moved.
Yeah, now I'm cheating. Learning the criminal ways, man. With no oversight. What's to stop me? So let's see here.
That, you actually gain that ability as a really high level pledge. If you put at least $1,000 into this game, you are allowed to do that once per game.
We'll make a
Brendan has
card.
wasted his.
Yeah, we'll make a card for you
Exactly.
so that you can play it.
All right, so we have. That is not a promise. That is not legally binding.
That is a promise. $1,000, you get that card once per game.
So, all right, yeah, 1,000, sure. So that's a infiltrate is 2 noise. She is a kind of a FBI hacker, so she has dampened her EM noise with her targeting computer, bringing her up only to 4 noise. And I think that's good. I'm gonna stop right there with her.
All right, and we have our sim activation.
Indeed.
4 hexes. Only this guy go. I must get closer to her, but she has a firewall with the borders right around there. So I might just go here and go. Bzz,
Yep.
he can't get in. But I have my tricks later.
Indeed.
All right.
And as a reminder for folks, the vault that he is looking for
This
is
is 1.
that one.
This is 2. This is 3. All right. Okay. For me, let's get Fae moving. So it's pretty easy for Red Dragons right now. They will just charge ahead forward. So Fae is within 3 of Rhino, and she also goes, "Go away!" Immediately. That's the initial sidestep away. Then she is pretty fast. She also has parkour specialist, so she could ignore these difficult terrain as if it weren't there. She can't go over the walls though.
Normally it costs 1 extra move. You may have seen me do that with Pi. Or it was 1, 2, 3, 4. So normally it costs an extra move to enter those hexes.
Because she has, if you go online to see her suit, it's kind of like a chameleon suit that she can just blend into the surroundings. It's not as nice as Nyx is, kind of full-on Predator camo suit. But if she doesn't make any attacks, she is hidden, so no ranged attack can hit her unless they're 3 hexes away, and her dex goes from 4 to 5. But the moment she makes an attack, it goes away, and it comes back only at the beginning of the next round. So I am just going to probably go charge 4th forward. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That might be a little. Oh, you can't see me.
I can't see it. Unless I get 2 and 3.
So she's just gonna walk 1, 2, parkour, 4, 5, parkour, and she's just gonna chill there. She will probably stay pretty quiet right now.
And I'll point out that the fans do want you to be aggressive because no one likes watching a defensive game.
Yes. She will try her luck. No pun intended. She has a little blow dart, so she only has range 2 to 3. This guy just happens to be in the range, but she only rolls 3 dice. So
And what's your target number?
my target number is always going to be 3 against the Sims. But I'm actually not, I don't care. I'm looking for a 6, because if I get a 6 against a target, that target is tagged. What does tag mean? This is a new thing for Red Dragons. We'll post some of these online soon because it's kind of hard to see the print on these. But when tagged, all friendly Red Dragons gets +2 die whenever they attack a tagged enemy. So all of their attacks are kind of weak without tagging someone, but once they do, it's pretty solid. So if I wanted to attack again right now, I actually get to roll 5 dice. But before I do that, let me finish this thing. So I'm going to trade that 5 in for a luck. And then, since it's tagged, that's all I really wanted to do. It's a blow dart. It's kind of a primitive thing, but she still needed to concentrate a little with her implant, so it'll generate one EM noise. And then she's done.
All right. Now that was an attack. Does that remove her?
Oh yes, it does remove the hidden thing.
All right.
And so
She's not
now
hidden
it's a sim activation, but there's nobody within 1, folks. So nobody activates except for Brendan, who now activates.
I do activate now. Let's see here. What do I want to do? I have only 3 of my valuable AP left for this round, so I have to think carefully.
I still have 6. Haha.
Now, Faye's the fast one. It would benefit me greatly if I could knock her out in some way or cripple her for the next round or something. So, how best could I do that? I think...
Use the horse.
Use the horse. Alright, I think it's time for the horse to charge up and make a nuisance of himself. Now, this is risky, because he can die very easily to a strong attack from little Jenny.
I'm a fan of this. Let's make it happen.
Jenny says hi.
He's Canadian. He'll say thank you as he goes down.
Let's see here. Now,
if you're watching, Kevin, sorry.
So let's see. Now, unfortunately, Lance doesn't do a whole lot of damage on his own. So he's really useful for stunning and kind of knocking out Sims with his big crowd control stick here. But he's not a very good enforcer. So let's see. I'm trying to think how best I could try to knock her out. Now, she's Dex 4. She has how many HP?
Only 7.
Only 7.
She's relatively easy to knock out.
Yeah.
If you had...
Charge.
Let's see here. Well, I think I might benefit from...
I'm on the verge of awarding a bonus luck to the Red Dragons for delay a game here.
5. Alright, so I'm going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh my.
I'm going to run him up.
And so he's run Buck up with his shotgun.
Exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, that's the same
Depends on
difference.
what you're trying to do, I guess.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'd rather be over here. And then he's going to make... So that was 1 for running. And then he's going to go ahead and make a ranged attack at her. Just to soften her up a little bit. He has 5 attack, and then +1 for...
-1 for cover.
-1 for cover, that's right.
She's hiding in the sandbag.
5 + 1 -1. 5.
Nice.
And I think everyone can agree with me, no one likes hiding in sandbags. It's cowardice. And we have a 6, a 3, a 4, and 2 1s.
Her dex is 4, so these are garbage. And what I can do is 2 damage on 2. So that's kind of a consistent thing with the Peacemakers, that they have a consistent low damage on their range track. So 2 damage.
Ow.
And that's also going to be 3 noise.
I believe I speak for all of us when I say, shoot her in the face again.
I'm going to save this one if you want to see Lance this turn.
All right, that's acceptable. And so we have a 3-range sim activation.
So only this one.
Yep.
This is 4 range away. So, he's just getting confused. But he can actually reach him.
Yep.
So, when the Sims reaches anyone, friend or foe, including
What
your own
punch?
people, they will punch.
Yep.
They always attack with 2 die, no matter what, and they don't need the action market. Each die that hits the dexterity of the person they're attacking is 1 damage. What is Buck's dexterity?
2.
Oh, that's gonna be easy.
Indeed.
Oh!
I spoke way too
So
soon.
Buck takes 1 damage.
Now, Buck has a passive ability,
Normally.
which is body armor, which basically reduces damage by 1, but to a minimum of 1. So even with that wimpy roll right there, he still takes 1 damage. If it was 2 6s, he'd take 1 damage.
If it was 2 1s, I would have completely whiffed.
Exactly. So
Alright.
I will mark my 1 damage. We do mark damage, by the way, from right to left, kind of counting down.
Yep. Alright. That is that. My turn. So Lady Rose, the leader, she is all about movement shenanigans. But first, she gets the movement shenanigan from Rhino. Get away from me. Alright. So, she is there now. She has this ability called Command. It's 1 action point. Each time she does it, she can do someone within 4 hexes of her and make them sidestep to and or attack someone. So she can pretty much command all the friendly models around her. So she's gonna actually spend 1 action to command Rhino to sidestep closer. So she can start bringing people in with her. So you see, she got helped by Rhino, and now she's helping Rhino. Everyone's kind of moving up. Otherwise, most of their movements like 4, 6, 3, 5. Only phase like the fastest at 6 and run 8. All right, then she is probably going to spend another action point to command Jenny to sidestep 2 forward.
Uh-oh.
Jenny says hi. Now Jenny's a little far, but she hasn't moved yet. Every model has 1 movement action. That sidestep was not part of her movement action. So she's just going to walk her 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And stand on that block. I still have 4 AP left.
Uh-oh.
Rhino probably doesn't need that many, but okay, I'm going to command Rhino again. Move him up. And then finally, I'm going to command Jenny
Oh my goodness.
to sidestep. Sidestep ignores all the movement effects because it's not a movement. So this is one good way of getting Jenny past that these sandbags, otherwise she'll never get there. So I spent 4 action points. That's all I can do with Rose. One other passive ability is called Time Come Luck Turns. Within 3 hexes of her, which only Rhino is, whoever, all their luck is reduced by 1, meaning anyone who needs 5 or higher to get luck only needs 4, and so forth. So she does give a lot of passive bonuses. She's not really a melee machine or killer. Alright, that's 4 commands. Each one generates 1 noise. She's pretty much using her implanted communications device to tell people what to do. So that does generate 4 EM noise, and that is it.
4 EM noise, just out of range of all the Sims.
Aha.
Yes. Well done.
She is a tactician.
Alright, so now the moment we've been waiting for.
Yep. Lance
Mountie.
Is going to charge. This is an action that combines a move and an attack, and normally it would reduce your attack as kind of a price or a cost of using charge. You get the move plus the attack, but your attack's a little weaker. Lance is the one model in the game thus far who gets a bonus when he attacks because he's cavalry, of course. So charge allows him to move 10.
I mean, he rode his horse all the way from Toronto
5
for vacation.
6, 7.
So he deserves to be able to do this.
Yep. So his normal attack is 4. He's going to gain 2 for this charge. And
we're
he's
looking
going to...
for 4s, correct?
actually,
Yeah.
I'm hitting little Jenny now because she's terrifying.
Jenny is Dex 2.
So,
Jenny's dex
2s are better, folks.
Yep. So what I want to do here is soak up some of his AP for the next turn by probably stunning her and maybe softening her up for a KO later in the game. So here goes nothing. 2s are better.
Oh.
And we have
6
six
all
hits.
of those succeed.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I don't feel too guilty about that 'cause on average, it's only 1 off. So let's see, what are my options here? I would definitely like to do a stun. So I'm going to spend 2 on a stun.
Stun.
And while he's planning, Bernie, what does stun do?
Stun. Your dexterity drops by 1. You can't do anything until you remove the stun. So removing the stun costs you 1 action. So it's kind of a tax once you stun someone. And if someone's really high dexterity, it's a good way to start beating up on that person.
Exactly.
Jenny has dex 2. That never goes below dex 2, which you'll see because there are quite a few people on the board that has that. When they're stunned, every time you attack them, immediately you get a luck token before you roll the dice.
Yeah. So in addition to my stun, I'm going to go ahead and buy the 2 damage, which is on 3.
And how much health does little Jenny have there?
16.
Yeah, she's a
tank.
She's a tank. And then I'll buy a luck whoop with this 5 for the big guy. And I think that's going to be it for him.
Alright.
Because I'm out of AP, I have no choice.
Okay. I have Rhino left. I have 2 AP left. This is a good time to talk about round 2 coming up.
And as a reminder, whoever is losing by points at the end of this round will have to eat a donut. If it is tied, they think they are safe, but they're each getting half.
Nice. So, the way we bid for who gets to decide who goes first or second in round 2 is whoever has lower total score. We're probably going to end at 0-0 after this. So the next thing to decide is whoever has more unspent action points left.
Exactly.
He spent all 8 of his. I have 2 left. So if I only spend 1 and keep 1, I get to decide the next round, which you can see will be pretty important because Jenny has a nice target.
Indeed.
And Faye also can do a lot of things. So,
and well punned with the Canadian, a nice target.
Nice.
all right. So
again, if our Canadian friends are watching, I say that with love.
Yes.
Rhino is just going to. Let's see what he has. Okay, Rhino's gonna run. And
now, so you could not choose to activate one of your already activated models again?
Yes, that is correct. Each model only activates once per round.
Yep.
And when all 8 models from the 2 sides activate, that's the end of the round, and more sims will show up. Okay, Rhino's going to... This is from Jenny. Rhino's going to run 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, can I do it anywhere else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. So he's going to just... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's going to end up here. Just to join in on the fun. So, why am I just charging Rhino? And Rhino has this thing called Bad for You, Good for Me. A non-friendly character, not Sims, but the character cannot attack this model with abilities or with melee or range attacks unless they give me 1 luck token each time.
So it sounds like the Red Dragons have a lot of luck mitigating, affecting, annoying abilities.
Totally. Rhino's super annoying. He's the most annoying character in a good way.
Also based off Bernie, I understand.
Yes, I'm glad to see him go from 4th place to 2nd place yesterday when we were voting.
Nice.
Because Brendan hates playing against him.
Indeed.
Alright, he's just going to run. I'm going to save this one so that I get the bid. I really don't need to spend another one, but I will use one of my cards. It's called the EM Noise Generator. I could pick 1 character within 5?
Within 3 hexes.
3 hexes of me and just put 5 EM noise on that person. Within 3, so it's just Lance.
Lance or yourself.
Indeed.
Lance should have noise, actually.
He should, actually.
Cheater.
It's your turn. That's going to be 2 noise.
He has a robo horse.
2 noise. So only this guy. This guy's like...
Yeah.
He's just like, what's going on? Everyone's attracting me. So this we could walk over.
Yep.
1, 2.
Here, we're just retconning, sorry.
Yeah. So, little attack from that guy who's been punching everyone on the Peacemaker side. Oh, this is actually bad.
Yeah.
Lance has a different way of reducing damage.
Yep. Because he's on a horse, he basically brushes off 1 damage from Sims per attack. So if any one is rolled, he ignores the other one. So that's it.
All right, and I'm throwing the 5 more noise on Lance.
Oh boy.
I generate no noise, so we're good.
Yep.
And that's...
If you're wondering, so at the end he created this noise, but it's on this model, which means because it's not generated by him, around him, or assigned to him, it doesn't affect any sims. At the end of
We got
the
a
end of the
question,
activation.
folks.
Yeah.
Question.
Is there a difference between EM noise and regular noise, or is all noise EM noise?
All noise is EM noise. Yeah.
And
Right.
so that's a change from the earliest versions of the game
Yeah.
for canon story reasons,
Exactly.
and making it to really make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting the theme more embedded.
And part of the thing is, yeah, we definitely wanted something that's not just your normal zombie and noise thing. And since there's cybernetics in here, it would be pretty cool to have kind of play on that noise effect.
Yeah.
Things that normally generate noise don't really affect them.
Yeah.
But things that you don't think generate noise do.
Exactly. So now is the really fun time. More for Bernie than me, I'm afraid, because I made so much noise.
Oh my
It's time
God.
to spawn Sims.
Oh my god.
Starting with the loudest model on the table. So that's going to be Lance. Each of these white dice, noise dice, generates a Sims from a spawn point, which are these numbered hexes here. And you have to spawn from the closest spawn point to the target model. So in this case, he gets to spawn 2 from this spot.
All right.
And then I'll clear this.
The opponent gets to do it.
Yep.
So one at a time. First one shows up. I get to immediately activate that person.
But I have a traffic cone.
Oh,
So
traffic cone.
I'm going to play a traffic cone card, which means as soon as a Sims activates, I get to basically stop it in its tracks.
That should be one of our stretch goals, actual traffic cones.
Yeah, right. Traffic cone models. Okay.
All right, so this
Well, we're in San Francisco. I bet I can go find one right now.
Just go plunk. This actually brings up a good rules question, which is I have to spawn a second one. The second one must go on this spawn point that's currently occupied. That does mean I get to put it on any hex around it,
Yep.
which is actually better for me. So this one's just going to pop up here, and I don't have to move.
Yep.
And attack or kick.
What's your dex target?
3.
Dex 3.
And so we got a 4 and a 2.
1 damage.
2
Ha, ha, ha.
damage. I kind of want to save this luck. You can always mitigate some damage with luck. At a 2-to-1 ratio, I can ignore 1 damage for 2 of these. But I want to hang on to all that, so I'm actually going to take that damage.
All right.
Like a
detective that
like
you
a detective. I could take a punch. Yeah.
are. The next loudest wasn't Lance, but since I gave him 5 extras,
Yeah.
well, 7, it would still be 2 die.
Yeah.
So, me again. What is the closest? Oh my god.
I think these 2 are tied.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Since everyone's
Since it's a tie, he gets to choose between the 2 closest.
go there.
Whatever benefits
I
him.
don't want to affect my own people, so that's just gonna go there, and this one's just gonna chill here.
Cool.
Can't reach him, but that's it. All right. Next loudest is Lady Rose or Pie.
Yep.
Since I just went, go ahead.
Alrighty.
Lady Rose.
Let's see here. Again, it looks like these 2 are my options. He's creating quite a mess over here. I don't know if I like that. I'm gonna.
It's a great target for Buck, though.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Buck will like that one.
Yeah. So what I want to do is maybe I don't know what he's thinking right now, but if I can kind of make Lady Rose's life a little difficult for maneuvering, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I'll put one in her way.
Oh no.
Maybe.
All right, I get to do one for Pie.
Guessing.
This one shows up here, and it can't go into the firewall.
Yeah.
Looks like we got a 2 over here.
Jenny.
We got a 3
Oh, we
right
got a
now.
3, yeah. Wow, we made a lot of
And now what happens if you run out of sim models?
That's it.
That's it. So that you're limited by components.
Yep.
Yes, though we do have a harder mode where you go to 20 or 24 sims if you want to play a much more challenging game.
Exactly.
Right now we just have 16. So this one needs to show up here. And since again it's occupied, I show up there.
I'm gonna go ahead and play another traffic
Every
cone
traffic cone. All right.
and stop that one from activating.
Okay. Jenny.
Jenny gets
Either
a
one of them.
I want Jenny to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not in a mean way, but you know.
But in a mean way.
But in a mean way where she's hurt at
It's-
the end of the...
That's
we're looking for
2
2.
minus 1, but they don't get luck, so it's just 2.
Yeah. I just need to weaken her so that she doesn't murder me too much.
And that's 2 damage to
2 damage to Jenny. Oh no.
Alright. And there's 1 from Faye.
Okay.
Interesting.
Must be this one.
Yep.
Good. Punch her in the face.
Yep. Let's see here. 1...
Break the straw she's sending spitballs at you with.
yeah, I'm gonna put it here, actually. And then she's a Dex 4.
Oh.
Blech. See, now I wanted this against Jenny. And then the other roll against Faye. So no damage to Faye.
Alright, all the noise generation's done. At the end of that, we usually generate more. The scenario dictates more. This scenario dictates 4 more, but since there are only 2 left, we each get to do 1 more. If there's only 1 left, whoever went first, which would have been the Peacemakers, would do it. So, starting with the first one who went first, he gets to choose any one of my 4 characters as if they made noise and just spawn and activate that Sims.
Yeah.
This is kind of designed so that there are some teams that are super quiet, and there are actually some games we watch people play where they just don't make any noise at all. So this means there's always going to be new Sims popping up.
I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get another shot on Faye here.
Okay.
Looking for 4s.
Oh.
We have a 5 and a
Oh,
6, so
I
2
got it.
damage.
2 damage.
Nice.
I am going to spend 2 luck to ignore that second damage.
Alright.
Alright, and I will... The secret I talked about.
Yep.
I can't spawn here, so I have to spawn in a hex around. That guy just spawned inside the firewall, so he's
yeah.
no longer affected by it. So he's actually just gonna come here and punch pie.
Oh.
Oh,
2 6s, so it's
yeah!
gonna be
2
2 damage
damage.
to pie.
Alrighty.
And that's all the Sims.
And so that is the end of the
That
round.
is the end of the
That's the end of the
round.
round. Now I'm gonna clear. So any like special ability tokens usually get cleared unless it specifies otherwise. So firewall goes away, sadly.
And Faye's hidden comes back.
Yep.
And so before we jump into the next round, we have to do points.
Yes.
Points.
Uh,
Currently 0-0.
All right,
0-0.
which means
Oh no! Half
you
a
are
donut.
both losing. So you both
alright.
get half a donut.
Half a donut.
And
Cheers.
cheers.
Boom.
we will start with, I will send Bernie away again, and Brendan, give us your 3-sentence strategy going into the next round. Maybe lean forward a little bit so we can see.
Hi. I'm scared. This is scary. Okay. This lady is super scary. Luckily, right now she's stunned. Max 3 attacks. These guys get a bonus when they get to gang up. So ideally what I want to do is get Lance now out of here in some way that's going to be useful. I'm not sure if I'll be able to extract him in time. Luckily right now, Jenny's stunned, which means 3 attacks max, and she doesn't have any bonus from her friends, and we call it assist. So if you have a friendly model engaged, you get plus attack dice. I don't want that. So it's going to take him a minute to get set up, and hopefully I'll be able to extract Lance by that time. So my strategy to get some points, I need to knock these guys out here, probably some of these Sims. I need to free up Pi. I have a lot of work to do. And I still haven't really figured out which of these 3 he's actually going for. Obviously he's made a pretty good approach up to the middle, so I feel like this one might be the one that's worth 2 points. So I'm going to stay focused on the middle for now, but try to leave Flash and Pi flexible enough so that they can go that way. Okay, that's probably.
All right, and we'll trade it out.
All right.
And we'll get Bernie on back in here. And welcome, Michael. Thank you for joining us. We are just about to enter round 2. We are getting the strategies as we're moving into round 2. And here we have Bernie with the Red Dragon strategy.
All right.
Lean on in a little bit.
Okay, so I have the bid. I could choose to go first or second. Going second gets the extra AP. But I need to go first because if Faye doesn't go now, she'll probably get knocked out. Plus, we remember I picked this one as the vault. If I could flip it over, I get 2 points and it denies him 1 point. Or I could activate Jenny first and just beat on the horse. So I have to make that decision. I'm probably
So
gonna
beating
have,
a live horse.
yeah. I'm probably gonna have Faye try to get to that thing first, just so I can score those points, because it's worth a lot more points.
All right. Come on back in, Brendan. Let's start up round 2.
You want to